look down at your feet and tell me what you notice.
They're not human. They look like raw, almost like 2 or 3 big toes. I'm like 9 feet tall.
Very good. What color is our skin?
Like a dark brown, or perhaps like almost black, really dark brown.
So what do you see around you besides the desert?
See my throne and my palace.
Okay, very good. So let's look at your clothes. What are you wearing?
Like golden, it's kind of like a fabric that shimmers, but it's golden and silver weaved together. And that is magnificent. It's like pharaoh garbs. It's like goes all the way down to my legs, or perhaps there's like a man skirt that I'm wearing that goes all the way down to my legs, and then there's a part of the gold and the silver that's draped over my shoulders. It comes down, and I'm jacked. Because I'm 9 feet tall and I'm not human, I've got like a 14 pack.
So look at your hands. How do your hands look like?
Oh. Super big, long, big hands, long fingers with long fingernails on them. They're painted like a fiery gold color. Maybe that's a natural color.
Do you have anything in your hands?
Right now I'm sitting in my throne. I'm clutching, with my left hand, I'm clutching the armrest of the throne, and now I'm overlooking on the kingdom. It feels like I'm in Egypt or somewhere.
You know it. Use your inner knowing. What is your kingdom?
Mesopotamia.
Very good.
My right hand is holding an epic staff with a huge ruby crystal on it.
Very nice. A ruby crystal. So what does this crystal do? Does it have any power?
It's like I know it has power, but I don't truly know all of the power that it has.
What do you use it for?
I use it to maintain my power over the people. I feel like there's more it could be used for, but I never bothered to.
Very good. So I want you to look at your head. How does your head look like?
A long goatee. I look like the face of the Sphinx almost. A long goatee and almost dog-like, like very strong features.
So are you wearing something on your head?
Yeah, sort of a crown, but more fluid than that. It's not like a rigid circle metal crown. It's like almost like a braided crown that I adorn over my head, almost like a golden headdress down over my long hair in my back.
How many years ago are you right now? What is the time period that you are in?
4,000 years ago, 2000 BC.
2000 BC. Very good. So, what's your name?
Ra.
Ra. Very good. So Ra, how did you become the king of Mesopotamia?
I always have been the king, but only now can they see me.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So how is your relationship with your people?
They fear me because they don't understand me, but they know it's in their best interest to listen to what I say because I'm always right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My heart does have the best intentions for them, but not always in this lifetime. I understand that I'm here to serve their souls. And in the process, I'm stewarding them along on their karmic journey. And the soul lessons aren't so peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So how old are you, Ra, at this point in time?
Millions of years old.
Mm. So you are not from Earth?
No.
Where is that you're from?
Serious.
Sirius. Ah. So why did you come to Earth? What's the purpose?
Couple reasons to help Earthlings wake up into their deeper potential, and in the process, help my civilization mine more gold.
Ah, I see. So you are what we could call one of the Anunnaki. Is that correct?
Some are called us that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you call yourself?
Ra.
Ra. Okay, very good. So I want you now to move forward to an important day when something important is happening that impacts that lifetime. I want you to go through time and space to another time when something important is happening. 5, going through time and space. 4, 3, drifting and floating. 2, and 1. Be there now. Describe to me what's happening.
I, as Ra, fell in love with that goddess.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me love. She helped
Mm-hmm.
me see that the hard driving way that I was with Earthlings, although it was with the best intentions, was like a tough love father. It's a better
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the woman very well who I did fall in love with, who I am in love with. In this life, I know her. Her name's Amanda.
Amanda. Mm-hmm.
She's a friend of our friend Yatri. We're actually talking with them this afternoon.
Very good. Go
And
on.
I just feel myself so sexually attracted to her essence, to the way that she flows and the way that she brings the divine light of love with her through the world.
So that attracted you to her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So is she of Earth or also from somewhere else?
I don't know. She's definitely a goddess, but she may be from Earth. Feels like she's far more heavenly than anything I've seen on Earth.
So why don't you ask her where she's from? Ask her now. What does she say?
She just says I'm from the stars.
Mm-hmm. I see.
She's
So how? Yes, go on.
she's very mysterious. Yeah, she
Mm.
only tells me bits and pieces of herself to maintain my mysterious allure to her, because she knows that if I had all my questions answered, my, my intrigue would end. And look, as my mind would get in the way.
Mm-hmm. So how does that impact you? Getting to know her, falling in love with her? What happens to you?
I understand the meaning of my ruby.
Ah, tell me more.
The ruby symbolizes the power of true love, and coming not just in tension from my best place, but in all of my actions, thoughts, and emotions too, from the deep place of love, and how to lead with compassion and service instead of power and dictatorship. She helps me feel my heart.
Mm. Very good. So I want you to connect with that ruby crystal and feel that energy emanating from that crystal. Let it move into you. Feel that energy filling up your whole body. And recognize the power of love and compassion. Feel it in your heart. Feel it fill up your heart. Very good. So tell me more. How do you look at your people? How do you treat your people from here on out?
To know my people intimately, personally, one-on-one, I listen to them, I'm present with them. I don't count the minutes, I'm just sitting and being, and I don't feel a hierarchy between me and them, because I don't feel a separation any longer between me and them. I see myself in these earthlings that I used to look down on.
Mm-hmm. How do
Instead of
they? Yes, go on.
instead of forcing them through labor and all of these challenges that that force them to dark places where they can connect, which turn off their thinking mind and make them connect. Instead of going through that hard path of love, tough love, I'm able to shortcut their karmic journey by accelerating them on their own path of love and offering so much presence and love and joy to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels so much softer and easier for me. And I don't have to be so tall, strong, sturdy, and physically enormous anymore as a way to hold all of the power separation. I just trust the energy of my ruby and lead with my heart.
Mm-hmm. So how do the people look at you now that you've changed?
Where they once feared me, they now are inspired by me.
Mm-hmm.
They love me. They love me.
How does that make you feel? This different relationship.
Like I can finally rest
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like I could finally just surrender. Like I no longer have a sense of duty or mission that must be accomplished. Instead, I just feel like I'm there. Let's surrender and just be.
Mm-hmm.
And feel in harmony and joy with people.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy my life.
Very good. So does that make your duty easier? Your mission?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I almost don't have a mission anymore. In fact, I start to question whether the mission to mine gold is really the best. Oh my God, wow. It's really in the highest and best good of everybody because, in truth, everybody on my home planet is also operating on this masculine sense of mission. And in fact, I noticed when you first asked me what my planet was, I first thought Mars and then didn't want to be from Mars. I wanted to be from somewhere cooler.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really Mars. I'm just dumping a bunch of gold back to the Martian population.
Mm-hmm.
I do have lineage. My body did have lineage from further out in the stars. Not clear exactly where, but I am what the people called Anunnaki, and I was here mining gold.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about your mission now?
It's silly. Gold for what? To power more of our spaceships, to adorn more of our powerful figures, to build more statues, to do all of this for what? In chase of what? Nobody really feels good in their hearts back where I'm from. We've mastered the solar system and beyond, but for what?
Mm-hmm. So do you have someone to report to? Do you have a supervisor?
Yeah. I haven't been back to Mars to see him in person in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but he has an energetic connection directly to my mind.
Mm. So he knows what you're up to?
Oh God, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
God, he looks and feels almost exactly like, I forgot the name of the guy, but from the most recent Star Wars that came out, there's this big, ugly, looking alien that sits in this throne inside of this
Mm-hmm.
death ship,
Mm-hmm.
this like massive ship that can travel at light speed to anywhere in the solar system or galaxy. And God, it feels like I went to the dark side. Fuck, I liked this character at the beginning of his journey.
Mm-hmm.
So powerful, this man. This male energy, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Very tall, taller than I am, 13 feet or so. There's not
So
an
does
ounce
he?
of love.
Yes. Does he like what you're doing?
At first he did. He thought I was doing a hell of a job. And then I fell in love, and he looks at me as weak.
So are you allowed to continue with your work with the humans?
It feels like my at first, no. In fact, they started coming after me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I surrendered deeper into love. And just the deep presence, the portal of surrender that I feel with my people, just stewarding them to greener pastures, into light, into love. I'm feeling myself descending deeper into a love portal with them, so much so that I actually emerge into a different dimension, one where it's lighter and freer and more freer. I set them free by being the light of love with them, and we've come together into this new dimension of love where my overlords and Arcturian connection can't find us.
So let's go to an important day in that lifetime. The next important thing that happens. 3, 2, through time and space, and 1. Be there now.
The day I die.
What's happening?
I know I'm about to die, and I know fear at all. All of my people are adorning my platform that I'm laying on with flowers, incense, and art. Their artwork that I inspired them to make, and they're singing the songs that I inspired them to sing. They're holding up the babies that they made in love because I inspired them to connect in such a loving way. And I don't feel like I truly deserve all the love, because I have so much guilt for how much I ruled over them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the love and the inspiration that I offered them was so effortless. I barely did anything. They did it themselves. I feel like I constantly want to tell you, thank you, but you did it yourself. I'm proud of you.
How does that make you feel, seeing this affection from your people?
I'm honored. So loved.
Feel that love. Feel that deep connection of love. Open that connection. Truly feel it. Embrace it. You are worthy of love. How do you feel?
Oh my gosh. Just seeing, oh my God, so much downloads is happening in my mind. I'm feeling that so much clarity on why all of these alien races came to Earth. Some of them came to support, the expansion of consciousness, and others came to profit off of the earthly experience like I did. And I know now Amanda's from the Pleiades like Kelly. And some came to profit off of Earth, some came to just escape from where they were. And there were the Earthlings that are just here trying to figure things out, because in the galactic war that had been happening, they had fallen from their star connection themselves, their ability to connect to love and to source energy and to infinite intelligence themselves. They lost the ability to do that ever since the Lemuria fell. So I see that my soul, as buried as it was, came to Earth to join the Earthlings on their evolution. So as their leader and their king, I was here to actually learn just alongside them. Learn from all the sacred little synchronicities that happen. And then as I follow the journey of awakening into love, all of the people that chase me saying I'm crazy, that I'm forgetting my mission and all that stuff, that's divine too, because they're chasing me, and the path that they're being guided towards is the same path I just walked, which is falling in love. Tripping and falling into a field of roses and daisies, and realizing that all we ever had to do was just feel and be, and allow the divine feminine to flower us along on the journey and just guide us into beautiful expressions of artwork and creativity and inspiration. I'm seeing that also clearly now on my deathbed. I'm also realizing I'm not really dying. I'm just graduating from this 9-foot tall body that finally gets to let go.
Very good. So what happens after you let go?
I rest in eternity for quite a while. Just feeling, just being, floating through nowhere, enjoying all of everything that I just learned, reminiscing for a few brief eternities on all the love that I felt, and all of the, just my mind being blown. I'm just eternally in a state of wow through the stars, just choosing not to have a specific to my consciousness for a moment, choosing not to have a body or identity or any of that stuff. And just,
wonderful.
I'm just floating and being, feeling wow.
So let's now move forwards. When you feel like you've had enough rest and enough being, what do you do now?
I decide it's time to start incarnating on an earthly path, in a series of earthly lives. So I choose to go back and to experience the other side of my power rule. Instead of feeling powerful, I feel extremely powerless. And I'm a woman.
Very good. You're a woman. Where are you?
I'm back in Mesopotamia.